Welcome to another cycle of Dirty Laundry Clean Confessions, a family podcast created for the next generation. Grandma Smarge can't wait to see what you'll become, Monk and Little Al. Live, pre-recorded from our family laundry room, with Smarge, Haas, and sometimes Otter, and always not the real guest. Here we hang it on the line with everyday ordinary people who are doing extraordinary things. In the room where famous people are loved, adored, and admired, however, not invited. Except for the great Willie Nelson, of course. Thanks for joining us in the laundry room while we fold through life's journeys. Here, we're keeping it real, washing through stains, and making colors a little bit brighter. We'll kick her ass out of here if you're not gone. Hello. Welcome. Here we are.
It's season 3.
We are. I think season 3 is going good. I think it's going well. And here we are.
Guess who's back?
Otter!
Woo! We're so happy to have Otter back.
Welcome back.
Thanks, guys. I missed it. I really did.
We missed you.
We missed you.
And we realized we needed you here to keep us organized and keep us
Kind of my
structured.
MO. I just like to kind of keep things going.
Yeah, we didn't really abide by your one-shot rule.
We just left to our own devices.
Got a little out of hand.
It got a little out of hand,
I
but
think you guys
we're
have
so
been
happy.
doing good.
Oh, well, thanks.
But I know
We're
you're going to do better now that
Now we're going to do better. Now we're like it's
Yeah.
like more professional and we're
And
going to
how's
have it down.
Sweet little baby Otter doing?
Baby Audie, as Smarge likes to refer
Yes.
to her. She is doing so good. She's
Good.
officially 4 months old today.
Oh my gosh.
And she's just doing amazing. We got our first laugh out of her last night, which was so cute.
Oh
Aw.
my
Like a
God.
full on giggle fit.
And she is here today, so
She
she's
is
very
today.
verbal.
She's very verbal. She's not in the podcast studio with us right now.
Mhm.
She's in the other room.
Right.
Even though I
talking to
really
me.
wanted her to be in here with us.
We might be able to
That'd
get
been
her to come in
cute.
here and start gabbing.
Yeah.
'Cause she'll be in
Can't
here
be
when
smoking around
420's
m-
participating, or 20
Oh
activities.
boy.
But
We got 10 minutes, 11 minutes.
yeah, no, she's doing so good. I don't know. She's just like the cutest little thing.
She really is.
I
She's so sweet.
don't have to go back to work till August. So
Oh,
I spend
nice.
all day with her. So sometimes I'm like, okay, what are we going to do today? But what we mainly do, I do baby story time once a week at the library with her.
Oh, fun.
Oh, fun.
That's the biggest thing is I really want to instill language with her. They say the number one thing that sets your kid up for academic success is reading books to them.
Yeah.
So I read to her all the time, even though
Reading books and family dinners.
And so I read books to her all the time.
And there's Willie.
Even
and
though
Nelson.
she's,
sorry
not
about that, Sudsies.
She's not paying attention. She's looking at the pictures and then looking over the corner and oohing and awing. But
Right. But just still instilling those sounds early on, I'm sure is helpful.
yeah, no, I think
Yeah.
that's honestly why she's such a gabber. She's not saying any words yet. Obviously, she's only 4 months old, but she will just blah, blah, babble, I think is what they call it.
Yeah.
And I think it's because I narrate to her all day long what we're doing.
Oh,
And then
that's
I read
good.
to her every day.
Yeah, that's great.
But my confession is, as a mom, I'm really concerned about her, meeting all her milestones and achieving. And I just think about when kindergarten comes. One of the reasons I'm reading to her is there's this thing called 1,000 books before kindergarten. So it's trying to have they don't actually read them, but sitting down and reading books to your kid. So we're well on our way there. But my confession is I'm just so worried about how do I properly instill language and teaching to her before kindergarten.
Yeah.
I want her to be successful. And
I know.
Well, would you like to introduce our NTRG? Maybe this would.
You are in luck.
You are in luck.
Am I in luck?
You are in luck
Am
today.
I in luck?
Believe it or not. That's so coincidental that's your confession, because our guest today actually was a kindergarten teacher in Asia for 6 months.
What?
We welcome Spenny. Welcome
Hi,
to the
Spenny.
podcast.
Thank you so much for joining our family podcast here in the laundry room.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Happy
Yeah.
to be here.
We are happy to have you, Spenny.
Yeah, spent a little time in China teaching ages 3 through 7 how to give high fives.
Did you just call it China?
China, yeah.
All
Wait,
right.
what part of China were you in again?
The city I lived in was Chengdu,
Oh,
in
right.
the west of
Good old
China.
Chengdu.
Home of the giant panda.
How does an American kindergarten teacher find himself in China. Like,
Yeah.
how did this come about?
This is one of the crazier life stories. I was a barista at Starbucks. Just graduated from college like 2 months before.
Go Rams.
Go Rams.
Yeah, you went to
CSU.
college with Haas, right?
Haas and I
Otter for a
went
semester.
to Colorado State University, class of 2013. Shout out Rams.
Woo!
So fresh out of college, no idea what to do with my life. I went to work at Starbucks, worked there for 3-ish months. Did the coffee master program, learned all that stuff. It was not all that fulfilling.
Wait, so real quick, because I'm actually very curious about Starbucks baristas. We go off on a lot of tangents here. You have to do like 3 months of training before you.
So I was in the coffee master program.
What
so
is that?
you literally learn every coffee bean that Starbucks offers,
Bean?
where it's sourced,
Coffee bean.
how it's produced, how they roast
Oh.
it, where they roast it, where they ship
Where do
it.
they teach this to you? Is this
In the Starbucks.
okay?
I worked at a corporate location in Greenwood Village,
Wow.
right off Bellevue and I-25.
You
So
probably make a mean cup of coffee.
this was also 10 years ago.
Oh.
So
I guess that's
I do still make my own coffee, grind beans every
Oh,
morning.
okay,
Yeah, all that.
nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, got done with work, closing one night. It was open till 9 p.m. I, at the time, didn't have a vehicle, so I was taking the bus and light rail. Got back to Lakewood at midnight.
So you were
and-
commuting from Lakewood to Greenwood Village
Every
oh
day.
my God, by the light rail. What
Dang.
a nightmare.
And got back, was not very thrilled with having to work at Starbucks and yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
Was on Craigslist and found a posting that said, teach English in China 3 days a week.
What?
It's,
You're kidding.
And
it's
today's
midnight. I'm literally, it's not too far off of 420 at the house I was at. We just were hanging out all the time.
Yep.
I'm on Craigslist looking up jobs.
I would
and
not trust that in today's day.
I
Like that is a
know.
total
Wow.
just sent an email and was
But
like,
good for you.
hey, what's up with this? Send my resume. Boom.
So
And
this
it all worked out.
That is so
So
cool.
season 3, we're talking a little bit about following your passion, whether it's through work or play.
Right,
This
yeah.
really wasn't like a passion you had to go teach
No,
young.
it's one of those, like, a lot of my friends, close friends, my little brother.
Oh
who's
yeah,
in
we
the room
do
with
have
us.
a Shorty here in the studio with us. Welcome, Shorty.
Hey, Shorty.
Hey, Shorty.
Hello.
He was teaching abroad in Spain, and more or less was an impetus in me thinking, oh, I can do this. I have a degree.
Right.
Flew to China 5 weeks after I sent this email on Craigslist, and there I was,
Nice.
living in Sichuan, Chengdu.
And you went completely by yourself.
Yep.
Did you know any Chinese?
Zero Mandarin.
Mandarin.
Did you learn any though while you were out there?
Yeah, I had to learn like how to commute.
Right.
Isn't that the hardest language though to learn? Is
Yeah, they
Mandarin?
say Mandarin, Cantonese, and Japanese all take at least 2 years to learn.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I speak Spanish.
And I was teaching kindergarten, so I learned how to
That's
say
easy.
like all the basics, like all the.
But they were
animals,
taking any.
fruits.
Was there a shortage of kindergarten teachers? Not saying they were taking just anybody's Spenny, but
So where I lived, it was a place where they didn't see white people ever. Like
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I'd
Wow.
say 75% of the kids that I taught had never seen a foreign face.
Okay.
in their-
Whoa, that's kind of surreal.
So I think
So were they like intimidated by you? Or were they like awestruck? Like, oh my God, this guy's so cool.
half of them cried.
no, no.
Out of fear?
Yeah, just
out
I mean,
of
I'm talking
pure
about
fear.
6-year-old children.
Yeah,
just
who have never
Imagine
seen.
seeing
pure
someone who
fear.
looks
Yeah.
So different.
pretty different
different.
from anyone you've ever seen.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
so like
probably
walking
pretty
around town, they're just
traumatizing.
pointing at me. They're just calling me alien.
Were you tall?
Oh.
Or...
Why go ren? La why? La why?
What is Luai Luai?
Alien.
Oh,
Literally just means
literally
Like,
alien.
literally,
Okay.
I'm at the
You
restaurant.
heard it first here, Sudsies.
These little kids are just sitting at the restaurant staring at me.
Oh
Hey,
my
real quick,
God.
Sarge, didn't I make
Oh,
that for you?
you did.
Okay.
Sorry,
These
you hit
kids
your
are just like alien.
alien. And how do you say that again?
Lao Wai was the
Lao
number
Wai.
one thing. It was literally just alien. And then
Lao
the other
Wai.
one is Wai Go Ren, which is other countrymen.
Oh,
So it's like they acknowledge, oh, you're not from here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They...
How did that make you feel?
a lot of
Yeah, how
plays.
did
It's
that
a
make you
weird
feel?
thing. So like I imagine that I was Johnny Depp in LA and the paparazzi is like, oh, this dude is not from here. Looks like a pirate.
Yep.
Snapping pictures everywhere. I smoked cigarettes back then, so I'm in a zoo smoking a cigarette, which is just a totally normal thing to do in China, apparently. But this dude just plops down his 15-inch Canon camera, and it just starts snapping pictures.
No way.
Distance you to me.
Didn't even ask or anything.
That is so bizarre to me. I
And
can't
I
even
was
like.
just like,
What?
I'm standing there smoking the cigarette as the girl I'm dating is in the bathroom, and I'm getting my picture taken the whole time. I'm just like, I hate this.
Did you
That's
did you
weird.
ask him to stop or?
I just smoke my cigarette.
He didn't know how to say stop.
Well, and you know
he
what?
hadn't advanced yet into saying stop.
I think being like in the United States, which is a melting pot, we have people of all different types of like races, origins, backgrounds.
Right.
So it's like not weird to see someone of a different race.
Right.
But in this town,
Oh, yeah, for sure. Especially,
it's like
This sounds like a
all-
small village. Like,
I mean, America's a great example of a melting pot, obviously, but like most of the world, you see this spread of people from
Right?
every color, every region.
Yeah.
But
Right.
this area had not seen anything. So like
Wow.
my roommate was from Denmark. My boss was actually from Lakewood, Colorado as well.
Oh,
Ironically, went to
that's
Green Mountain High School
what?
that
What are
is
the
just up
odds
the
of that?
road.
and then CU Boulder. So I was like, dang, we've been rivals
Wow.
since birth.
Yeah. And now I'm here working for you.
That's true.
Yeah.
Green Mountain was Bear Creek's #1 rival.
Always. Yeah.
Wait, really? I didn't
Oh
know
yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah.
There was some bad
Two
vibes.
for
And-
Tuesdays at Guido's.
Yep.
Big fight.
Oh, there was. Yeah. What was that always about?
I don't remember.
Well, because
that.
we're all trying to get in for our $2 pizza at Guido's,
It's for
and
another confession.
Okay. Yeah. I do remember. Guido's.
Yeah.
It was so sad. We lost a great pizza place.
yeah, long
Now
time
it's a
ago.
scratch kitchen.
Well, it got
So-
sold, and then they shut it down because they were only using it to launder money.
Oh,
Shocking.
really?
Launder money.
Ah.
Launder money, and that
Full circle.
is today your laundry pun.
Yes.
Yeah, so
it
teaching
was
English, very, very fun. I felt like the great idea there that the Chinese had was assimilating children at age like 3. It's like I was teaching kids early.
Wait, so kindergarten in China is age 3.
So it's
Oh, they-
preschool.
It's
I mean,
preschool.
it's
Okay.
hard to be like, yeah, I taught preschool. Kindergarten's the more like general term, and the way that I said it in China was ERUN, which means kindergarten.
Right.
Okay.
But
Okay.
it's literally just before you go to actual school.
Okay.
Okay.
They don't have the same.
Well, kinder
structure
is
as our
German word for
children.
children,
Oh.
and then like so didn't they? Yeah, kindergarten I think was a preschool
It's
originally.
like the place you went to before you were allowed to go to the beer garden.
Well, and
Yeah. There you go.
I also think that like Chinese or Asian culture in general, their academic curriculum is much more rigorous. than,
Definitely.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
you know,
So
we're not very advanced in comparison.
the fact that I was teaching 3-year-olds basic phrases, hello, goodbye, but they were able to say that to any white person that they saw in the future
Without crying.
and probably not cry.
Okay, that's
so
good.
you did them a huge favor, I think.
Look
Yeah.
at you.
I think I
Look
was
at
there
you.
as a puppet, as more of just like a let's assimilate these children to something different.
Yeah. Show
Well,
them-
did the
show them.
job description say like you must be white, American looking or something to
No,
acclimate
so-
everybody to something different?
There were a few like African American teachers. There were a
Yeah.
few like.
Well, I'm
Middle
saying like,
Eastern
what if our
teachers, but
guests?
You have
are-
to be so fluent in English
Oh.
that you are, well,
Basically
graduated
American.
from college
right.
Right.
with a liberal arts degree.
Right.
That's all.
so
Oh, okay.
fluent in English, like
Well, it would have been kind of funny if someone like our NTRG, what was it, Johnny Bravo, showed up
Right. Yeah.
because he's Asian. So.
Korean, right?
So what
That's
other
right.
stories do you have from
Yeah. Like, did you get to
Uh.
go travel while you were,
Well-
off on the weekends?
So yeah, interestingly, I taught 3.5 days a week.
That's awesome.
So I taught Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, half day Thursday.
That's so
Nice.
nice.
I was off by noon every Thursday.
so
So
then you
I
had
would
plenty
travel.
of time to
Thursday, like night would be a chill day. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, traveled the entire like region that I was in.
yeah.
Nice.
So where I lived was on
fun.
the mountain line of the Himalaya. So where Denver is in association to the Rocky Mountain, Chengdu is in the same spot in the Himalaya.
Right.
Cool.
So like we just went into the mountains all the time.
That's so cool.
Yeah, bus trips, train trips. It was very fun time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
But
food?
yeah, best food I've ever had.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Like I don't want to go back there for really any reason but food.
Hey,
So 10 years ago, I was in China,
Oh, no way.
spending 420 alone.
Oh.
Oh.
Sad.
Do you find anyone to smoke weed with at least? Oh, sorry.
Posting Instagram pictures from my iPhone that had not been stolen at the time.
is
It'd get
weed a
pickpocketed.
nothing? Like weed's not in China.
Because you were pickpocketed?
I'd lost my phone. I was pickpocketed.
Oh
That was
dear
terrible.
lord.
How many times? Just once?
Just once.
You learned the
No.
first time?
I was like grocery shopping.
Oh,
Someone just
God.
pickpocketed me. It was
Seriously?
Grocery shopping.
terrible. But so weed is not a thing in China.
Okay, not at all.
No.
I did buy weed a few times.
So it is around, but it is illegal.
We were in the KTV karaoke bar. My boss hands me a joint and says, "Light this up. You're from Colorado." And I was like,
Oh.
"Yes." So then I knew I could find it. So I
Right.
found
Got
it
you.
a
Okay.
handful
So
of
it's like
times.
Probably shit weed.
it's
though.
just not legal, and but yeah, gotcha.
Well, and so I
It
also,
was
my
also scary
understanding.
to have on your person.
Oh,
I was going to
okay.
ask, is there a penalty? Like, okay, so you wouldn't leave that bar with like, is it okay? Probably smoking it in the bar, kind of.
In
And
the
then you
bar,
wouldn't
yeah.
leave
So
it.
it's a private room. The
Right,
karaoke
okay.
bars are cool. It's a private room. You literally are just singing.
Are
with
you
your friends.
kidding? I would karaoke
be
if I was in my own private room.
They do that downtown now.
Yeah, they do.
At
Really?
Punchbowl Social, we did that for our holiday party. For
You're
work.
kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a few of them.
We got
So you're just
lit.
Yeah, they're
so
cool.
the whole bar isn't listening. It's just
It's
whoever's
just
in your room.
Your room. Yeah.
Like
Kind of
so
like a little
Spenny.
podcast studio.
Sing
Well, and who has
Genuine
that?
Pony for 15 minutes by
I
myself.
had a
whole bunch of little
I
rooms.
see you have a
Everybody can
couple
borrow my podcast.
tattoos.
Yes, I have some tattoos.
Did you have those 10 years ago when you were in China? Because my understanding, the Asian culture is like very anti, like.
Oh, I thought that was
look at, like-
Jewish.
Great question.
I thought that was Jewish.
No, because I know somebody.
No, that is a great question.
Do you know Jordan Boetcher?
Betcher, yeah.
Betcher, I'm saying his
Who
name
is
wrong.
that?
I know he teaches in an Asian country, or he used to anyway. Actually, he's
did.
back here now.
Is this a
sure.
friend
But
of you guys' or someone
We went
famous?
to high school. With
Oh,
him.
okay, thank you.
He graduated with me, I believe.
Yeah, he's a year
Okay.
older than
Okay.
us. So
We're getting a new couch.
I
It's
know
pretty
he
uncomfortable.
has
Oh, no, I'm fine. I'm just
a little toast.
gonna...
He's gonna show off his tattoo.
I'm gonna
his
emphasize
hats.
the Asian tattoo.
Yeah,
Take
yeah.
it off.
Well,
Woo, woo.
he used to always tell me he had to completely wrap himself up when he would go to the gym because he had tattoos on his arm, or it still does. Obviously, they're
Oh.
tattoos, and it's like highly like taboo to have tattoos in
Really?
Asian culture. And so
Interesting.
he would have to like wrap himself up before going to the gym because it was like almost perceived.
Really?
as a
Because when I
threat.
think of a tattoo, I just automatically think of a dragon or something, and then I think
Yeah,
of
there's,
Chinese
Asian
people.
culture.
Yeah.
there's this belief.
Is that bad?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Bad.
No,
Go.
Okay.
definitely not. There's a lot of dragon tattoos out there. There's a widespread belief, especially in China, because it's a communist country. Most of the people are from a same mindset, I guess you could call it, and we'll call it the Han Dynasty, made people believe that white is the most beautiful thing you can be.
Oh.
So not being tan at all, bringing umbrellas no matter where you go if it's sunny out,
That makes so much
and
sense.
to
me
never
now.
change the color of your skin.
Oh, okay. So don't. Put ink in
So
your
it's
Okay.
like
skin.
frowned upon.
Because isn't it in the Jewish culture, like you can't be buried
In a
in
Jewish
a
cemetery.
if you have
tattoo.
tattoos?
Correct.
What?
That
I
is
didn't
why
know that.
the Kiss guy, Simmons.
Gene
Gene
Simmons.
Simmons.
Yeah, so
That's why he
it
said
is
he
a-
never got a tattoo.
It is a very
Yeah.
religious like belief for a lot
At
of,
least that's where I learned that.
but then the Buddhist culture and like a lot of Asia, tattoos as a practice of religion as well. So
Interesting.
depending on what you believe,
Yeah.
it's not taboo
Okay.
necessarily, but it is widespread belief that not doing it makes you more pure.
Okay. I just remember him specifically telling me he had to like wrap himself up, like his arms, before going to the gym. So I don't know if this was a certain part where he was.
Let's see. So before I went to China, I had gotten this tattoo on my lower arm. It's always visible. So I have that one. This one I had gotten in college.
Spenny's pointing to all the
Yeah.
tattoos.
Can
he
we,
has
on
his
his
arms.
arms?
Do you care if we
He has
take?
a
Can we put him on the?
seahorse.
Can we put him on our Instagram?
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's got like a.
So when I was in China,
very cool looking.
I got the mandala at a temple that I went to in the city that I taught on Wednesdays, which turned out to be my favorite place that I taught, kind of the coolest place I ever went. But that temple was the first temple I ever went to, first Buddhist experience that I ever had. 3 months later, I'm in some random place in the middle of the mountains in a back alley, and there's a tattoo shop. And the girl I'm with is like, "Oh, let's go in here. You said you wanted a tattoo." So we go in there. The guy goes, "Oh, yeah, I've never tattooed a white person before." I was like, "Cool. Here's what I have, just the black." And then he goes, "Oh, well, I'll build all the way around it."
Oh, cool.
6.5 hour tattoo
What?
Oh my lord!
out of nowhere.
Damn.
What's this on this arm over here? I'm intrigued.
So just got, this is my newest tattoo. This is a tribute to Mac Miller.
Oh, Mac
I
Miller.
love that.
Marge, we've talked about Mac Miller before.
I know. I'm
Quincy.
supposed to know this name. Just give me 1 second. Okay, Mac Miller. Is he not a skateboarder? No. Is
he probably did skateboard.
Is he a rapper?
Yeah.
Okay.
He is from
And
Philadelphia.
that's right.
believe.
I do remember this.
Spenny can literally
Pittsburgh.
sing any song.
No,
for note,
aren't
or
Pittsburgh
word
and
for word.
Philadelphia the same?
But I don't remember what was the gist about him. Like,
Product of Jeffco.
He
He was just amazing.
So
Mac
you
Miller,
love this guy.
Great
Okay.
inspiration, at least for
Okay.
me, in the musical genre. He did a concert shortly before he passed away on NPR, their Tiny Desk
They're
concert.
Tiny Desk concerts. Yeah.
And he was wearing this hat.
aw.
He left it for everyone who goes on Tiny Desk leaves a gift. So he leaves that gift. And it was
Oh,
the
that's
hat.
cool.
So he passes away a couple weeks later, I believe. And that's the
The
hat
hat.
that I got.
I got to get a picture of it.
That is so nice. So it's kind of
Lotion this up.
your tattoos are kind of expressing your passions in life.
Yeah, I've got some
You know?
interesting tattoos.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah.
I've got a hummingbird on my ribs. That was my first one.
And what's that? What was that? How old were you?
19.
And you said
Just moved
I
to
want
college. It was my 19th birthday.
And what made you pick a hummingbird?
My grandfather passed away when I was 6, and he was really into hummingbirds.
Oh,
He passed away when he was in Phoenix, so like they moved down so he could be comfortable,
right.
obviously, and he just loved hummingbirds, so got that for him. His name's right underneath it.
Wow.
That's
What is
cool.
what's
I didn't
do
know
you
that.
do you want to share his name?
Elbert was his middle
Elbert.
name. Everyone called him Elby.
Oh, LB.
You said he passed when you were 6?
Yeah.
So he must have made a huge impact in your life for you
Yeah.
at age 19 for that to be your first tattoo.
So my
That's
dad
amazing.
and I are close as can be. Like my little brother will tell you, he's close with my dad. It's not even his biological dad.
Well, and didn't your dad like just go on a golfing trip with you and all your buddies?
Yeah, like he's that type of.
He's
So
like
you
your-
and your dad are
Yeah.
Your dad is the
and
shit.
so that's
They
how
are
his
a pair of
dad
socks.
was.
yeah.
His dad was.
So
like that
no
with him.
dead dad jokes with you today.
No DDC.
No
Oh,
no
I'm
DDC.
around the dead dad joke.
Okay,
Don't worry.
okay, but-
I
but-
send them to JJ. Don't worry.
Okay, good. Because we have a couple for Shorty in a little bit. So.
Yeah.
So
But no, my dad and I are
nice.
best friends.
Okay,
We-
okay.
Is your mom still alive?
Yes, she is.
Oh.
She's
Sorry,
actually.
you can't be in our club.
she's
even
actually
in it.
just down the street. You follow the Bear Creek River. She's right off it as well.
Okay.
I'm happy for you that you have both parents. It
Yes.
must be.
I'm very
I'm not.
fortunate
Yeah,
to
must
say
be
the
a
least.
blessing.
I've lost all of my grandparents but one. She actually lives just down the street as
All
well.
right. It's a good
I'm
area.
Lakewood
We
through and
love.
through.
Oh, me too.
What
like you
generation
can't
are
take
you?
the Lakewood out of
Of
us.
Lakewood?
Yeah.
No, like Colorado, I guess.
Technically, I'm second generation. My grandparents. So my grandfather, who passed away when I was young, he is from Maine or Massachusetts, but his family is from Denmark.
Shorty, were you born here?
I was born in Texas.
Oh, so
but
you aren't
Yeah.
even a 7th generation.
No.
Like,
But his
my
mom-
His
family,
sister is 6th and his mom is.
Yeah,
okay.
they're from Fort Collins.
yeah.
Really.
Okay.
They-
Yeah.
I
Well, because I
just-
know your mom's 6th generation.
Yeah.
I'm 7th generation.
I was
Just
lucky
gonna
Yeah.
to be
Rub
born
that
in
in.
Yeah.
Brag.
Texas.
Texas.
Yeah, no, I'm second
But
generation.
but hey,
It's like
but
my-
we're also what second or I'm 3rd generation
I'm-
Lakewood.
My mom's mom is
you go.
from a tiny little town in Austria. She's
Oh, see,
from
that's actually so much cooler.
Anthering,
I
Austria.
think.
Your mom?
My
That is
mom's
really
mom.
cool.
So,
Oh, your mom's mom. Okay.
So I'm a quarter Austrian.
okay.
Very cool.
Isn't that where Arnold Schwarzenegger's from?
That sounds right.
I thought it
So
was,
back
yeah.
to your travels.
Yeah, I'm going to
Yes,
go back to the
sorry,
travel.
we are just bouncing
We like
around,
to
aren't we?
go on
Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy.
These fun
bouncy.
little spin cycles.
Yes.
So anyway, it sounds like you had a blast while you were out there. You were there for 6 months. Did you do some traveling then after your program? I mean, what was your what was your
Yeah,
next
actually,
endeavor?
even circling in where we came from, Pops came out to China to visit.
Oh, cool.
So I actually was having a pretty rough time in China. Had just gotten pickpocketed and had found out some news about the girl that I was seeing.
Oh, yeah, let's hear this story.
No.
So
Let's bring it down.
we'll circle back all the way.
Okay.
okay. Well,
Because I do want to ask about your grandfather too. So yeah,
Pops
we
and,
will.
Pops and I were talking, and he's like, "Oh, how about I come out there? Like, it sounds like you're coming home. You're not gonna renew your contract and stay for another 6 months. You're coming home." Yes, I'm coming home. He goes, "How about I come out for 2 weeks?"
Right.
Pops being your father.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like, "Show me what you've been doing for the last 5 months." So I'm like, "All right, cool." So he comes out and we travel up and down the Himalaya, like literally into some of the most ancient historic spots in all of China.
Oh,
So
wow.
the number 2
That's
most
so cool.
visited spot in all of China is Zhoujiaigou. It means like 9 Tibetan villages all coming to this one spot where there's waterfalls and amazingly beautiful lakes.
Sounds like something in a movie or something. Like
It's the most, like, next to the Great Wall of China, it's the most heavily traveled to spot in all of China.
Yeah.
It's the most beautiful place.
and our
How far is
NTRG
it?
is glowing, so you can see that he really liked it. Look at him. Look
My-
at that smile on his face. You
My
can
background
just
on my
tell.
computer is still a
It's
picture
still
I
that.
took from
Wow.
apparently what was like 16,000 feet.
Wow. Oh, and
Like-
how far was
Wow.
this
We
from?
were way up.
This is like in the Himalayan
Yeah, so we
mountains. Okay.
took a bus 9 hours
Jeez.
up the mountain, basically,
9 hours?
into this little Tibetan village.
Did it have a bathroom?
The bus.
The
Bus
bus.
did not have a
Well-
bathroom, so we did stop
Okay.
relatively frequently. There
My
were
biggest
stops.
concern with travel, Smart.
It is.
Gotta
You
have a
are right.
bathroom.
That bus was not a real bus. It was like a Sprinter van, essentially.
Yeah.
There was
Oh my
like 12
God,
of us.
what a
But you make
nightmare.
stops. It's
It
probably
was-
pretty rough, but
It was rough, but
yeah, worth it.
it was cool. So, like, I'm also traveling with this girl who have now found out betrayed me, essentially. But
Yeah.
we're traveling through the hills. Pops and I have this great time. But he goes back, and I spend another week alone traveling one more time before I left. So I got to see.
So that was how you ended your journey in China.
It was just traveling for.
That's a good way to end it, though.
I got a
on a
With your
positive note.
dad.
I got a month-long stipend for travel.
Oh wow!
So I was
no
able
way.
to just go see the entire region.
Oh,
That's so
that is
cool.
awesome.
Yeah,
What a
so
great thing to do. Like,
working part-time in China got pretty good benefits.
Right.
Would you go back?
Just for the food.
Have you been back?
No.
Oh,
just for
No, it's hard to get into China. It's actually
is it?
do you think
So,
because
one of the
post-pandemic
reasons-
or just
no.
in
One of the
general?
reasons I only traveled in that region was you couldn't leave. So you can't freely go from China to Thailand or China to South Korea or any of that.
Oh,
You have to get travel visas on top of your work visas, and they don't approve those.
Oh,
You just
Oh.
are there.
Wow.
Do you feel like a
Okay.
prisoner at some?
Yeah. Why do they do that?
Do they feel like prisoners? Do they know? I mean,
They don't know, but no,
They
they don't,
don't
feel
know.
like prisoners. No, I actually
because they don't have like
enjoyed the way
Google,
that
right?
they've got their own
Own version
systems.
of like very
The-
heavily.
They call it the Great Red Wall of China. It's like the firewall of China.
Wow.
What blocks the real
Oh.
internet from China.
That's
Wow.
So like they don't have Instagram. They don't.
Okay.
It's not the same.
It's
like, you
just
have
not
to
the same.
okay. I have a
pay
question. Though.
So
You
much
said-
money to get around the Great Firewall.
So you have to, so you can pay money to get around it.
I think I paid $65 for 6 months
That's not bad.
just so that I
Oh.
could get on Instagram and
Because
Snapchat.
I have to
not bad,
say,
though.
I have a very random memory, and I remember the person you were dating at the time was a model, and she definitely had an Instagram.
She got an Instagram because of me. So like you're purchasing a VPN so that you're able to
Right.
tell people that you're in Hong Kong, but you're really in Chengdu.
Okay.
Right.
So like
Okay.
I was able to get around doing it that way.
Gotcha.
I see. So you purchase a VPN, so it's like, no, I'm
Exactly.
not actually. Okay, got it.
So what happened with this model girlfriend of yours?
Yeah.
Not
do,
to
do tell.
bring up a sore subject, but
Not to bring it down, but she will.
No, so had a great time. I was there for 6 months. I dated 2 people actually.
Oh.
First month was with an American girl that I had randomly met. Terrible idea. You're in a foreign country, experience the foreign country.
Right.
Including the women.
So congruently, right as the transition was happening, I meet a girl. Her name was Ivy, and she was from that town. She grew up 20 minutes from where I was living.
Oh wow.
So she was able to take me around everywhere.
oh, that's
cool.
awesome.
So she's a college student, 20 years old. I'm 23 at the time. So worked out great. We're just having a good time. She is a model. I think she still might be. I have no idea. It was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
but-
I can look her up real quick.
I don't know if you'd be able to find her. She never left China.
Yeah.
Have you paid $65 to get through that firewall? Because does it work from the outside in?
So she shows me everything, teaches me a ton of stuff. Find out after I got pickpocketed that she the whole time was seeing other people. I mean, it's probably a common practice in the modeling in China business. I have no idea.
Yeah.
So felt super betrayed by that. And this was, my phone got stolen in July I think, like July 4th, basically. And I was still there until the end of August. So I had a lot of time to do nothing without a phone.
Because you
Right.
weren't able to get one in
Yeah,
China.
exactly. It was T-Mobile.
Don't they like make them out there?
But like T-Mobile couldn't get me. It was a long story. But
Yeah.
Okay, okay. There's
So
no
I'm-
T-Mobile in China. Got it.
I'm having to sit through either like breaking up with this girl because I
Yeah.
have found out she's cheating and just being alone for 2 months, or just biting my tongue and
What were you thinking?
living with it.
What
for
were you
2
thinking? Were you
months.
thinking, I just made the worst decision. Why am I here? Or like, how did you
Oh, it
get
was a-
through that?
It was a brutal time for sure.
Were you
Um,
terrible on yourself?
Oh
Like,
no!
that-
I mean,
was that inner dialogue
I was having a
okay?
great time. I was seeing a new country. I was able to not have to worry about my allergies, for example.
okay.
I don't have
Oh.
to communicate he can't have watermelon. Like, that was awesome.
Nice.
So,
okay. So
I
your inner
definitely took
dialogue
advantage
was
of it.
good.
And here's my
Because they don't
confession.
have
I took
watermelon?
advantage of that.
Yeah, they don't have watermelon in
Confused.
China?
No, they do.
Oh,
Then,
But I'm not going to tell the waiter in China that I can't eat watermelon because I don't know how to say that.
so you're just potentially going to eat watermelon.
No, I'm pretty smart about what watermelon looks like.
Watermelon
Okay.
looks different there.
Well,
you
no,
never
I
know.
mean,
But
what
no,
if
like
they
it
have
was
like
basically
watermelon extract and
well, you said you didn't have to
Right.
worry about your allergies
Yeah,
as
that's
much.
Okay,
What does
so-
that mean?
yes, thank you, Smart.
Yeah, what is that? There we
So
go.
I have a
Let's-
lot of allergies,
Okay.
Right.
food related, and having
Yeah, and I'm
to
sorry. I
communicate that
totally
in a
thought you were joking.
foreign country was not easy. So
No,
Yeah.
that's what I'm thinking.
having to tell people that I can't have nuts in my dumplings doesn't make sense to the Chinese person.
Right.
But I just have to know how to communicate that. So I figured
Yeah.
it out.
Okay,
day
okay.
2 while I was
I'm
there.
sure.
I mean,
Gotta
Yeah, you
eat.
had to.
immediate thing. I was like, how do I say this?
Right.
How do we
right.
eat and not die?
Buyao Huasan.
Yeah.
Don't give me
Main,
nuts.
I need to stay alive. Number
remember
one.
it?
Absolutely. This is like my lifeline.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Can you say it in
So-
every language?
No.
He probably still dreams.
No. So
This.
quick story.
Oh my gosh.
We're going to take a quick detour, but relating to the girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I
Back
said
to
that
Ivy.
I didn't have to worry about my allergies. This is bullshit because we're at a breakfast place. I order something. I take a bite and I go, tastes like peanuts.
Uh-oh.
Yikes.
Can you ask if there's nuts in this? And she goes, there's not.
Oh, no.
And I was like,
No,
okay,
no.
no. It tastes like nuts. Can you just ask?
Yeah.
Quick question. She's like, no, there's not.
She trying to kill you?
I was
Oh my
like,
God, she was.
I looked at her and I was like, so I have to ask this lady? And she's like, there's not peanuts in it. So I call the lady over.
Tree nuts are a thing too, lady.
Yeah.
So I call this lady over and I'm like, Meo Huasama? And she goes, yeah. Like, I go, are there peanuts in this? And she goes, yeah.
Duh.
So I look at Ivy in the face and just stand up and walk out of the restaurant. I was like, bitch,
Oh,
kill me?
Were you
Fuck outta
okay?
here.
What happened?
I have allergy medication that I can take that
Okay.
will
like
like
an
stop.
EpiPen?
I was prescribed an EpiPen, but I'm not
Okay.
allergic to nuts as severely as
Okay.
watermelon, for example.
That's
Yeah.
so weird. to
I
me.
know
Watermelon.
I'm
watermelon's
an
so
allergy
random.
expert, so I'm just like,
Watermelon.
What else is? Aren't you like isn't it bananas or?
Bananas is not really like it's one of those.
that's an oral allergy.
Yeah, it's one of those like my
Okay.
tongue gets itchy.
Yeah.
My tongue gets itchy when I eat kiwi.
Do you know what that is?
There you go.
Is?
Little sidebar. It's because you're allergic to the trees that cross pollinate with kiwi.
Sex.
Tree sex.
Tree sex. Because you're allergic to tree
What?
sex.
That's
Yeah.
kind of crazy. That's a weird little
Like
tidbit.
bananas, for example.
So
are
if a tree
latex
asks
fruit.
you, Haas, you say, no, thank you.
No, thank you.
No tree sex.
No, thank you.
It's not for me.
Damn.
Shout
All right.
out Claritin.
Well, it sounds like you had overall,
So yeah,
some weird experiences, but
tough times.
Yeah.
So end of China, full circle to get to the end of that story. I lived there for 2 months knowing that this girl had cheated on me the entire time.
yeah,
The
And-
entire time?
And
The
just
whole time?
lived with it the whole time.
yeah.
So I mean,
Oh.
it's not great, right? So we're at the airport, saying our goodbyes. And she's like, "Oh, your flight's in 3 hours. Let's like hang out. Let's have a coffee." I'm like, I gotta
Let me
make
get you some
sure that
nuts."
I don't miss this flight. So we're standing there, and she's like, "No, you've got time. Like, let's hang out for 20 minutes." And I was like, "See ya." Walked away.
Oh, You didn't even.
Coldest thing I've ever done.
Damn.
How do you feel
I
about
mean,
that today?
Why wouldn't you just
Great.
tell her?
Okay,
Like,
then you did it
"Hey,
right.
I know you were cheating on
Then
me.
you did it right.
Oh,
He
I
didn't
didn't
need
need
to. It sounds like he did not need to.
I didn't have the confidence she was ever coming to America. So what did I need to
Okay.
care?
Yeah, but
It still just
she needs to
hurts.
know that she can't. Yeah, whatever.
Well, I think by
I'm
saying
not the one
see
going
ya.
to teach her that lesson.
I
I'm
guess.
sure
Hey, you
that
know
Someone
what?
else will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you
But-
know where he doesn't live? America.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, and didn't you do some modeling too while you were out there?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Haas.
Benny, the
Wow,
the
Haas
model.
is really
yeah.
Were
doing
they
her
like just
homework.
really intrigued with you because you're white?
Can you send us these photos?
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh,
Can you send us a portfolio?
check the Insta.
I probably
Check
have
the
like
Insta.
2 or 3 of them left. I don't know.
Please send them to. Can
yeah,
you
no, I
sign one
modeled
for us?
Oh my God, we'll
I
hang
got
it up in
there.
the studio.
Yeah.
Ivy was a student in college and she was doing a modeling shoot for her college. And they were
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, we have foreign students. They didn't have white students, but they had foreign students. And they go, can we take photos of him? Show that we have foreign students.
Oh God.
I was there like, white, whatever. Yeah.
You were like their propaganda.
Exactly. They're
Yeah.
like, oh, we have white people that
See?
go to school here.
You got a
Look,
white
this
one.
San Francisco 49ers, he's wearing a hat. Look.
It's like, have you guys heard about like those bad schools like Provo Canyon where like they advertise it to like these rich families as like, you know, this is a great school for your troubled child, and then like the kid gets there. Like this happened to Paris Hilton.
Yeah, and
They
like
get there and it's actually more like a prison
Yeah.
like institution. So it's
I
like
saw
they're
a documentary about that recently.
Yeah.
That's
So like they're
crazy.
advertising like, oh, you're gonna
Why are we
horseback,
talking
and
about
it's so
that?
great.
Yeah, and you do outdoor
confused.
activities and you do
Yeah.
football. Yeah.
So they're like advertising like
So yeah.
I think our wash
basically,
just got off cycle.
I
I'm
was-
confused. Like, why were we talking about that?
because they were using him
they're basically
as an
like
advertisement. Like, yeah, we have all kinds
Did
of
false,
anyone
diverse
false
students.
advertisement.
Kidnap you in the
when
middle of the night and
when
drag you off?
They took a
against your
picture
own-
of their one
My
white
dad thought
kid
we were
that's
getting
ever went.
kidnapped one time.
In
my
China?
Dad, my dad in China was an awesome story. The
Oh,
whole
I
2
would
weeks
do
that he
tell.
spent there were so much fun. Like
I want to hear when he thought he was being kidnapped.
John had never been to anywhere besides Mexico. So yeah, Pops comes out to China. He is like I was culture shocked, right? I mean, I had never been. I'd been outside of the country to Canada and Mexico, and then just hopped on a flight to China. So I'm culture shocked for sure.
Oh yeah, I bet that's one of the biggest culture shocks you can experience.
Pops is 52 years old. He's culture shocked.
Yeah.
He
I
is
bet.
literally like scared out of his mind at times.
Aw.
And that's fair. I was too. But like some of the faces that he's 6'2", like
Yeah.
seeing over
Oh,
everyone in
wow.
the entire
Tall, skinny guy.
country.
Yeah.
Tall, skinny, white guy.
And so he's just like,
How do you
oh
say
my God.
alien?
La Wai.
La Wai, La Wai.
He's literally like, oh my God, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen. We're riding a train one day and we are getting too close to our stop. And I go, yeah, it's in 2 stops. He interpreted that as the stop we're at currently and then one more.
That's how I would.
No.
No,
I-
so
We
you
have
ask
2
her.
more stops.
Oh,
We're
Poppy
currently
and
at
G
a
and I
stop.
had an incident
We're
like that. Yeah.
we're at Concourse C and I have 2 stops until we get to
Yeah.
So it'd
Concourse
be
A.
E.
Right.
Either
not
way, it's
D.
2
Got
stops.
it.
He gets off. So he hops off. So I get off, but he doesn't see me get off because I'm trying to catch up to him. So he gets back on the train. The door's shut. And he looks at me like, fuck.
Oh no.
I'm like, point at him. I'm like, you go down to the next station and get off. I'll get on the next train and I'll meet you down there. He just goes,
Always go forward,
thumbs
never-
up.
Oh,
So for 15 minutes, I imagine that my dad was in China and just like
Mini panic attack.
needing to change his underwear.
Oh.
Yeah,
Talk
I
about a
bet.
skid
I
mark
bet, yeah, that is a
cycle.
skid mark
Yeah, there you
cycle.
go.
There you go in China. You know, when we took all the girls to London and we were using, what do they call it?
The double decker buses.
No, we're the underneath
Tube?
the
Or-
tube. Do
yeah,
they call it the tube?
Underground?
Yeah. We told them, like, if we ever get split up, you know, just always get off on that next, like, you can always go forward. It's impossible to get backwards. Like, always get off on that next stop and stay there.
Correct. Yeah, no, that's the way it works.
And
in
so
China
you
as well.
taught your dad very well.
So you never
What was he
ever
like
try
once
to
you
ride
find-
backwards.
No,
because
that's what.
it can
well,
take forever.
yeah.
You don't know if that's
You might
the
miss
correct
a
train.
stop. Right.
The
Yeah.
diversions underground in
Are
those
just nuts.
countries. Oh my God.
And then again, forgive my ignorance because I'm not very cultured. Is it true, like how we see in those videos, they like jam pack those trains? Like, like
have-
sardines.
Probably more in like Hong Kong.
If you were to roll
big
through
cities.
my city had 16 million people.
Damn.
shit.
It
Okay.
was the fourth largest city in China.
Okay.
So I keep
didn't
talking about it
realize
like
that.
this rural town.
Yeah, I'm like
That's
thinking
what
about
I'm
Or Morgan,
imagining.
Colorado. No, it's
Oh
a
my
mega city. It's as big as LA.
Damn. Okay.
Wow.
And like now, I think there's 20 million people in Chengdu. It just kept growing and
Wow.
growing and growing.
But
Now
so
they
it
all know
is,
English
like-
because of me.
Like the trains are like that.
So I have pictures.
Or you have to send us some pictures.
I have
Spenny.
pictures on my Instagram of me in the train, and my caption is sardines.
Oh,
Okay.
There we
so
go.
it is true.
That sums it up.
It is true.
Yeah.
Let me see if I
Wow.
can find it.
oh,
No, it's okay.
you're looking at his Insta.
Yeah.
The China dialogue of my Instagram is a pretty good dialogue.
Oh my gosh, do you
Or
have like
not
a whole-
dialogue, whatever.
You keep it and I'll just...
So anyway, back to your
Smart.
modeling career. Who did you model for?
Oh my god.
Yeah, sorry, we got.
Yeah, I want to hear about this modeling career. And we are talking about having like
5 photos.
we should ask you back when we
One commercial.
we want one episode to be on YouTube. We're going to try for one episode a season to be like
Oh,
the
we-
video
Cool,
as
yeah,
well. So
video.
maybe we should be booking you. Like, are you really far booked out, or how are you with your modeling gigs these days?
Didn't you just do a modeling job like 2 days ago?
What?
Oh yeah, well this is Shorty, his agent.
At the Colorado DMV, yeah.
Yeah, oh that's nice. You did.
Lakewood Division.
Oh yeah, didn't you like just get a ticket just in time?
Let's not talk about that.
All right, we don't have to talk about that.
What you get a ticket for?
Going quick.
Speed
with-
racer.
I had no idea.
They had a hurry.
Yeah.
I had no. I was
Did you get attached to itty kids?
yes.
Oh, that's a good
Aw.
point.
So-
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I'm like,
Great
wait,
question.
he's over there, and then he's teaching them, and I know most of them were afraid of you, but there had to have been someone
Oh,
that
so-
melted your heart.
I taught Monday at a school that I had to like a commute was an hour away. It was called Dayi. It was the worst town to go teach in because it looked like you were in post-apocalyptic China. No open businesses. Nobody lived in these apartments, but there was a kindergarten, and I taught 20 kids. It was miserable.
Yeah.
So Tuesdays I taught at the same school I taught on Thursdays. So I taught this same class Tuesdays and Thursdays. There was this little kid, 6-year-old in the oldest class. He turned 7 by the end. By the end, this little kid could talk. Like he could say, "Hello, my name is.
Aw.
I am a boy. I am 7 years old." Like
Yeah.
he was able to talk, but
Right.
he asked me to give him an English name.
Oh,
Oh.
And so like, first time ever, I'm like,
Spencer.
whoa. I was like, that's incredible, dude. Thank you. Like, I feel
Oh,
honored.
melt your heart.
I go,
Please
Chuck.
tell me John. Okay.
Chuck.
Chuck.
I was thinking Charlie and Charles, but I was like, nah, this kid's
This kid's a
going
Chuck.
to go by
It's a
Chuck.
badass.
Like I was
Nice.
literally thinking Charlie Brown because this dude was like, I don't know, just tiny.
Yeah.
He was a little troublemaker though.
Oh,
Yeah.
He would steal my hat. Like I went on field trips with this school.
Oh, that just meant he really liked you.
Yeah.
He was sitting next to me on the school bus every single time. He was.
Oh.
Was it hard to say goodbye to him?
Yeah, I've got some pretty good pictures with those kids on
Send
that
us
Instagram.
pictures.
Have you wondered like where they are now? It's like 10 years
So
later.
10 years
so
later,
they're
Yeah.
Chuck's
like
17 years old.
Right.
He's a
Wow.
junior in high school.
Teenagers,
High school is
yeah.
the same for them.
That's so crazy.
He's literally choosing where he wants to go after high school, right? So does he
And, like,
stay
what
in
he wants
China?
to do for the rest of his life. I mean,
Either he's already living in another country or he's going to end up living in a country like America because he learned English at age 6.
Right.
So you helped him get there. You helped
like to
ensure
think
that
so.
he had
I bet you when he
more
comes here,
opportunities.
his ID says Chuck.
I bet it does.
I
was
hope
his
you
real
and Chuck
name?
are reunited.
No, that's
I don't remember his real name.
Thank you.
I
Now,
only remember the girl that I dated's real name. The rest of them I don't remember.
well.
Those
Now
ones
I
are
feel like
complicated.
we've wrapped it up. We've wrapped up China in a nice little
Yeah.
neat.
China.
Any other tidbits you want to share about your China adventures before we move
Pandas
on?
are dope.
You got to see pandas?
So Chengdu is the home of the giant panda. That's where they literally originated.
Oh, you're kidding.
So I got to see a 2-day-old panda.
Oh,
Like the tiniest.
are
little
they just
rat
pink?
looking-
Do they have
big.
fur?
They're pink, and you can
Okay.
see the little tiny patch of black and white.
Did you get a hold of Panda?
I did not get to.
Is that
you
a
have
thing?
to pay like
I gotta pay,
exorbitant amounts.
especially because you're white. So they're like,
Oh, I would think they'd let you do it for free if you were
I
white.
wish they didn't let me do shit for free.
Especially because you're white.
well, no,
Let
there's
me
like,
like
the
climb
thing,
the
like-
stairs to a temple for free one day. I was like, so I gotta climb the stairs.
Oh,
No.
okay. So they did look at you more like a god than
Yeah.
a. How do you say it again? Lang Wang?
Like,
Lao Wai.
Lao Wai.
My,
Maybe we should write that down. and
my
try-
Chinese name
How would
was
you-
Schweiger.
Schweiger.
How-
Oh,
Schweiger.
that sounds
Schweiger?
familiar. I think you told
Like
me that
Mick
before.
Jagger,
Lao Wai,
Schwager,
Lao
like
Wai.
A little bit,
Schwager.
like-
Yeah, Schwager.
Schweiger.
What does
like,
that mean?
Handsome.
Schwager.
Oh my God! Stop!
Oh,
Did
does
you
it?
give
Not kidding.
yourself that name?
No, I had
El
I had two
guapo.
assistants.
Yeah.
You had assistants?
Yeah.
Gee, you really were like a king here.
I had a private driver, assistants.
What?
Dude, China
Wait, did you
was-
really have a private driver?
Yeah.
Then why are you taking public transportation?
This is in China.
Yeah.
Well, this is in China. It's a different lifestyle.
Okay.
My private driver was like, I thought more for security, if I'm being honest.
Oh,
Make sure I got to
They
school.
wouldn't like assassinate you.
assassinate.
Human traffic. You.
The worst part of China is I'm on day 6. I'm still terrified.
Yeah.
My roommate Mikkel and I are just learning how to go order milk tea.
And
like,
his name is Mikkel.
Mikkel from Denmark,
Okay,
Copenhagen.
and then his name is Mikkel.
Married my assistant.
Okay.
They have 2
What?
kids.
No
Oh, you're
way! Oh, you brought them together too. Look
Yeah,
at you.
Elaine. Her name
You
was
just a little
Elaine.
Cupid flying all over Asia.
Yeah, love Mikkel and Elaine. They were great.
Cute.
But yeah, so I'm scared to death still. A terrorist attack happens.
Oh,
In like, not in Sichuan, but in the next region up. So,
Did you say Sichuan?
yes.
Is that where Sichuan came from?
That's where, yeah, that's
Originated
the
the
region that I lived.
Okay.
So just on the next one bordered Kyrgyzstan.
Okay.
Or no, maybe Uzbekistan, one of the stands.
right.
And there was an attack by these people with machetes going to train stations,
What?
cutting off people's heads.
Oh dear Lord.
And so they're like,
Sorry, Sudbuds. We weren't.
don't take the train for a little while.
No.
Just for a little while.
I'm literally
yeah.
had just taken the
Ever.
train for the first time in China, and I'm terrified at that. And then they're like, don't do that again.
By the way,
And you're like, gotcha.
machete people out
Take the taxis.
there. Damn.
Like,
that's
oh my God,
crazy.
are you kidding me? So I wasn't supposed to travel by train. I barely did the entire time. Mostly
Except when
just
your
buses.
dad came, who was completely terrified.
And then you just left his
Right.
ass.
We took those underground trains. Those ones I wasn't afraid of. It's like
Okay.
your light rail.
Okay.
Oh.
It seems.
But like
weird.
a train to go from, say, Chengdu to Xi'an, which is like a 2.5 hour train ride,
Well,
they're
you
like,
see,
don't do that.
is this the region where you see them like riding on top as well and hanging off, or
No.
is that a different place?
The city I lived in was the lazy city.
This-
It was tight.
okay.
The lazy city.
Like stores didn't open till 11.
Nice.
Oh, that's
Nice.
kind of cool.
They stayed open till 9.
Now that I have
That's
a kid,
there you go. There's
I'm
Smarge's
like,
place. Maybe I should think about
no, but before I had a kid, I'm like, that's my dream.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
Well, I kept
Yeah.
Well,
telling
you-
my boy Willie,
this. Audie, well,
good friend of the program, Willie Angelo, shout out Imbued
Willie.
Clothing.
Oh, Willie.
He and I talked the whole time, but yeah, I was like, dude, you love it here. They
Yeah.
don't start their day until 11.
11.
Nice.
Oh yeah,
There
but
you
they had
go.
really good quality of life because they can spend time with their family in the morning. And get stuff done.
I thought it was a happy place to be.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, until somebody comes in with machetes.
Oh yeah, except for that.
Oh yeah, it was.
Oh, but that was a
I just
terrorist
didn't take the
attack.
train, yeah.
Actually, that was
it wasn't normal.
somebody else.
They didn't do that on
Exiting-
daily.
Exiting China.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So thank you.
How do you
for
say
sharing
goodbye in Chinese or in Mandarin?
So the region that I lived in, being a very lazy region, was very like chill. So goodbye was see you later. Mm-hmm. It was
that. Hasta luego.
Zaijian.
Zaijian.
And so I go to a Sichuanese restaurant in San Francisco one day. I order this specific dish to the place that I lived. And they're like, oh, okay, interesting. Nobody orders that. At the end, I barely communicated in Chinese, but at the end, I like pay and I go, 谢谢, Zaijian. And she looked at me dead in the eyes and was like,
You're
Zaijian, Zaijian. I was
You
like,
lost it.
yeah, she was
That's
like,
so
oh my
cool.
God, thank you. I was like,
Aww.
that was a cool little tidbit. It was specific to like Chengdu. So,
That's cool that you remember.
but it wasn't, it's not like you're saying goodbye,
Right.
like
okay.
traditional goodbye, which
Right.
is just like bye bye.
Kind of like in
Literally,
Italy where
bye-bye.
they say ciao. I mean, you
So
don't say ciao.
in Chinese, it's
ciao.
bye bye.
Bye
Yeah.
bye.
Bye bye.
Bye
I
bye.
think I can remember that.
I was like,
I
that's
think
so
I can remember that.
Well, bye bye to your adventure in China.
Oh,
Back here
Nice, nice.
And
She
then
just
you-
completed that
Sidechain.
cycle.
in the United States. We have to wrap up here soon, but I do want to touch a little bit on what you do now.
Yeah, the whole reason you're here.
You're
Because
kind of a golf pro, right?
is that
Yeah.
what you consider?
Yeah, so
You are a golf pro.
had a great conversation with an Uber driver just a couple weeks ago. He's taking me, I don't know, wherever. He goes, oh, so what do you do, bro? Like, oh, I'm a golf professional. He goes, what? Can I get your autograph? I was like, no. I'm a golf professional. I'm not a professional golfer. So
Hey,
big
you guys, that was
distinction.
one of my confessions. Was like I didn't quite understand what is a golf pro. Remember? I
Yeah,
said
yeah.
that. Yeah,
It's a glorified way of saying I work in a gift shop.
but a very
You
nice
do
golf gift
so
shop.
much more than that, though.
Yeah.
Don't you give lessons as well?
Well, and it's a
I mean,
beautiful
don't
golf
you-
course.
It is
I give
one of the
lessons-
most
Prettiest in the
beautiful golf
state.
courses. Yeah.
Yeah, I give lessons to my little brother on how to putt, and that's about it.
Oh, you don't give lessons? Why?
I actually have his autograph right here on his
Oh,
business card.
okay.
That's true. That's
Oh,
true.
here's Shorty.
So yeah, my position is the senior director of golf at Arrowhead Golf Club. So I run the golf department for
okay.
the number one public golf course in Denver.
And all the events and stuff, right?
And
Yeah.
you're sponsored. Who are you sponsored by?
Sponsored's a relative term. So I am.
Don't be
I have
modest.
I have staff agreements with Adidas and Titleist. So
Nice.
I'm not wearing
Adidas. He's
or
like,
I'm
I'm
wearing
not-
Adidas shoes right now.
Did you know the English say it Adidas?
I did that.
Yeah, because his
Yeah.
Is that wrong?
European.
no, that's correct.
Yeah.
His name was Adolf. Adi was his nickname.
A hottie.
Adolf Dossler, I believe, was his name.
So it is Adi.
Fun fact.
So it
yeah,
is
shout out
Adidas.
Adidas. All day I dream about soccer.
You
Did they
played
pay you to say
soccer
that?
with my husband in high school.
Yeah, I played a little footy growing
Oh,
up.
they don't do golf?
What?
Adidas?
Oh, they do golf.
Oh,
now.
okay. I
But
said-
no, like I grew up playing
I'm
soccer.
so confused. Okay.
But yeah, I
Sorry.
did. I played with another friend.
You
of
can
the
say
program.
his name. You can say his
Little Mike.
Little Mike.
Little Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played with him and his brother Rick. And
Did you play?
Oh,
with my,
you
did
were
play
with-
with my brother too?
I don't believe so.
I don't think your brother played
We-
Yes, he
soccer.
did.
In high school?
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
No.
He did not.
Yes, he did.
I think I would know if your brother played soccer.
He played
I-
with.
Shorty would know.
Yeah, ask him.
Shorty is.
KJ did
played
not play
soccer.
soccer.
Who?
Not
You
not for
and I.
Bear Creek.
Yeah, we played. We were on the same team for a
We
little bit.
were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out Bear Creek High School soccer team. We got third in state senior year.
Nice.
Really?
Nice.
Yeah, they were
Wow.
really good.
Yeah, we were really good. And then I had 5 knee surgeries.
So did my husband. Soccer is
So-
not good on the knees. folks.
Yeah.
Wait, really? You
Michael
did
and I
too?
both
3.
tore our ACLs.
Michael's torn his 3 times.
Oh,
yeah, I've
that's
torn mine
rough.
twice.
Yeah.
It's
Meniscus.
a long
call
road
him
to
Maudie.
recovery. But yeah, so
Oh, man.
sponsored by Adidas and Titleist. I just
Okay.
get free stuff from them.
That's awesome.
So I'm promoting their product when I'm at work and playing golf.
So you're also a buyer then for the. Is it a pro shop?
I call it a golf shop. This is
Oh.
another
Oh,
debate.
is it
in
really?
the community? Yeah.
Okay.
It,
So-
it ties back to like old country clubs.
Oh, so
Old country clubs had tennis and golf. Right?
Okay.
Country club, it's got everything. It's
Right.
where your family can go be active.
okay.
The pro shop was specific to where you went to see the tennis pro, and the golf shop was specific to where you went to see the golf pro.
Oh,
So I'm
well, there
old
you
school in
go.
that sense that I call
there's
it
a
golf
little
shop,
bit of history.
but everyone calls it a pro shop. I
Well,
call
no,
it.
I want to call it a golf shop
I also
now.
call it a gift shop. Shout out my grandma from Austria who will go, Spencer, how's the gift shop?
Oh, that's
really
adorable.
cute.
So
But
you're
yeah.
a buyer for this gift shop.
Yes, I'm a retailer. Yeah, I do everything golf related, but my bigger thing this year is merchandise. And
So
been a lot
would
more
you
fun.
say you have a particular fashion?
yeah, so a few brands that I really like in
Mm-hmm.
golf. Grayson is my number one brand that I like to wear outside of Adidas. Love
Mm-hmm.
Adidas, but Grayson makes the most like fun pattern shirts.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wear the loudest thing you can wear on a golf course.
You really do.
Good for you. I like that.
Yeah.
Is that to put your opponents off, or what is that?
Distract them.
I
Or so you don't
Right.
get hit,
know. Like
so
when
they see you and
Bad Birdie first came out in like 2018, they had these loud patterns, and it was like, oh, that's cool and different.
So it's just fun.
So I even now have like staff agreements for my team with Bad Birdie because of how cool they are and how much.
Is
we
that your
order.
shirt too?
Yep. Shout out Bad Birdie.
Bad Birdie?
That's adorable.
How many days a week do you golf? On average?
Do I play like 18 holes?
No, just like maybe a few holes.
It's still only like once a week.
No.
Oh yeah.
Really?
This time of year I'm able to get out more, but
Yeah.
so like my golf course right now is undergoing a renovation, so we're only open for 9 holes.
Oh, okay.
So on the 9 that are closed, I do get to sneak out and hit some shots and play those holes that I don't have a construction team working on. So
That's nice.
it's like a private little
So are you, like,
oasis.
pretty
Nice.
good then?
Yeah, what's been your best score?
Shorty, is he pretty good?
Yeah, what kind of golfer are we talking here?
Well, the reason why he wears bright colors is so we can find him in the rough. That's where he plays.
Rough boys.
Rough boys.
Okay.
Shout out
But
rough boys.
He
Rough
always
boys,
ends up with
okay,
a par. It is amazing to see, but he's never actually in the fairway.
Never in the
Alright.
fairway.
Good to know. All right, guys. Well,
Stats.
Spenny, real quick, before we wrap this up, is there any last notes you want to share with us? Any?
Well, I did want to ask you. So, would you say the golfing is like following your passion? Do you have a passion for golf, or would you say, or
Oh, I love golf. Golf
Okay.
is definitely, since I can't play soccer anymore, I took up golf.
Nice.
After college,
Right.
I started
Okay.
golfing consistently. My dad sold his business in 2016. 2017, I had to find a new job. So I picked golf. Was a cart
Okay.
boy.
so you're doing it for work and play?
Yeah,
Good
so I
for
started
you.
as a cart boy so I could literally
right.
just golf as much as possible.
Nice.
Yeah.
Promoted. RIP Park Hill Golf Club was the greatest place ever, shut down, and then I ended up at Arrowhead. So
Yeah.
So,
fortune was on my side
okay,
there.
little Audie and little Al.
Honestly, and
I hope
you're
you guys are listening.
And Monk.
And little Monk.
you're
I hope
so-
you guys are listening.
You're so good at what you do too. Like I know that you know, you probably could have done anything. You're probably one of the most intelligent people I've ever met. But
Thank
this job is like so
not
perfect
true.
for
Thank
you because it's like it's such a nice it's
Shorty,
like
be nice.
you
we
can
will check that stat.
you can enjoy like your everyday life because you're there kind of living like your passion like we've been talking about.
Yeah, I
you're,
think-
you're there kind of
I think
making
Smarge's
this-
question was pretty good because
Yeah.
do I love what I do? Yes, I go to work and enjoy it. Like
right.
Great.
That's the goal. That's
Isn't that?
what life's all about.
I tell everyone that I work with that my job is the morale. Like I
Right.
am there to make the place a
Happy.
fun place to be.
Nice.
right.
We joke all the time because it's not always a fun place to be. Like
Yeah.
work's work. So
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
sometimes it sucks, but I make little jokes and go, this is a fun place to work.
Yeah. Overall, I am so happy I'm here. Well, kudos to you for really
Yeah, good
for
for you.
finding your passion and then finding a way to put it into your life because it's only going to make your life that much more enriched. You know what I mean? Because you're, like you said, you're building morale. So
Yeah,
And I think
Spenny, it
that's
sounds
awesome.
like you've done some really great things and you're not even that old. You know, like you've traveled
Yeah.
and you've seen some good things. You've really had an impact on other people's lives.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for coming to the podcast.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
It was a
So
pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me. And thanks
course.
for the celebration.
Yes.
So we always like to wrap up our podcast with something called 5 on the Line. So we're going to ask you 5 questions.
And
So
you just answer them as
you just answer them the
honestly-
first thing that comes to your mind.
Yeah.
So I'll go ahead and I'll start. What was your favorite vacation? Ideally, family vacation. So it could be for, like as a kid. You can't count your experience in China because that was like a living situation, like vacation. Like
So I have a friend group that I'm a part of. I've gone on a lot of fun vacations. I'm going to go with Monterey, California, just this last year
sounds
with
beautiful.
a friend couple, Sean and Kyle, girl Kyle.
Girl Kyle. Sean could be a girl name too.
It's
so-
true. but
Yeah.
We'll,
Oh
we'll,
gosh, yeah.
we'll point it out that
Oh yeah.
girl is Kyle, man is Sean.
Not
Anyway,
that Sean and Kyle couldn't be 2 guys.
Morgan and I,
Right. Thank
Morgan and I have been best friends with this couple, and we do a lot of things together. We went to Monterey.
They have the same. Their dogs are siblings also.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Bonnie's
Aw, adorable.
Bonnie McFurry and Gunnison are brother and sister from the
Yeah.
same litter.
Wait,
So
now why do I think Sean is your brother?
No.
we get that all the time. Not even kidding.
not a
People
thing?
think we're
Really?
brothers every
I swore someone
Every
told
time we
me
go out.
Sean was your brother. He's not.
Someone probably did
Nope.
tell you,
Only
but
child.
told
they,
me this.
I'm
Yeah.
probably Shorty over here.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
It
Yeah.
sounds like something he would say.
Sidebar. But
Only
okay.
child.
So Monterey, California.
Yeah, Monterey, California. I just love going down there.
It's
It's
beautiful.
beautiful.
Always
we
wanna go.
we always go to Pebble Beach, get a drink. I
Nice.
will play there eventually, but it's just a beautiful place to be. And we call our little group like quadruple marriage. So it was a
Oh,
fun little
that's adorable.
That is
little
really cute.
marriage trip.
That's great. So Pebble
Nice.
Beach.
That's
and,
awesome.
And also,
One of my favorite places.
And then the company. That's
Yeah.
great.
Company for sure, yeah.
Okay.
I could go on and on about different vacations, but
Yeah, great.
That's the favorite. Okay.
yeah. One time I took my little brother to play golf in Scotland, but
Which is not Sean.
Oh yeah, for his birthday, right?
Yeah, that was pretty fun.
That was pretty
you
fun.
went?
I thought that's what you were gonna say.
Nice.
Yeah.
Shorty, we got to get you on here as a guest.
Oh, I
he keeps
could,
referring to me as his little brother, and you've not caught on this whole time.
Yeah, he's talking about him
Are
the
you
whole
kidding
time.
me?
Yeah.
No.
I was going to say, I didn't think you had any
He
siblings.
doesn't have
he's older and not.
Do you have siblings?
No, only child.
I didn't
have,
freaking think,
step
but I was like,
siblings.
all right, I guess
You
he's a
seem
little
very
brother.
very well adjusted for an only child.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you seem pretty normal for an only
You,
child.
you hear these things.
don't-
No,
I
I'm
don't get
teasing.
that often.
I am teasing.
It's
So-
a lot of
step
work,
siblings.
actually.
I'm going to
as
have to
a
kick
brother.
Shorty's ass.
Oh, he is a lot
With
of work. And
that-
that's why Shorty's here, because he's a lot of work.
What was your least favorite family vacation growing up?
Yeah, the one that comes to mind that you just couldn't
Easy.
bring back. Oh, okay.
What do we got? What do we
What
got?
do we got?
I was 14 and we went to New York City. We flew into Newark, New Jersey, and took the dumb train into. I don't ever want to go back to New York City, by the way.
No,
That
I'm not
place
a
sucks.
fan either.
But yeah, so we stayed in New York City. My mom hates this story, but we get to our hotel. It's 4th of July weekend.
Oh God.
This lady's in the hotel lobby, like looking for somebody to buy her Yankees tickets. I'm 14. I'm like, hell yeah, let's go. It's old Yankee Stadium,
Yeah.
Red Sox,
Why not?
fireworks show.
Hell yeah.
My mom goes, we got to think about it. I go, what? Think about what?
What
Oh
is
my
there to
God.
think about?
What are we
What is
going to
there-
do
yeah,
otherwise?
We're
Yeah.
going.
What
We're in
else
New York
is
City
good?
for one night. Let's
Yeah.
go to a fireworks.
Display.
Yankees, Red
and
Sox
it's
rivalry.
4th of
Yeah.
July.
That's amazing.
We got to think about it.
For how long?
So we go up to the room, come back down. We're like, yeah, let's get these tickets. 6 minutes later,
Gone.
She's gone.
Oh, Spenny. My little heart hurts for little Spenny.
We end up at Times Square, Bubba Gump Shrimp Company.
Oh.
Go back to where I'm allergic to seafood.
Okay, okay. Oh, dear.
Why? Why?
Pissed. I was pissed.
Why
Because that
did
was the
your
only
mom
place
take you
open that you
there?
could probably get in.
Well, they were stoked. Like
Did you know you were
We-
allergic to
we-
seafood at this point?
the closest Bubba Gump Shrimp Company to us was on 16th Street Mall.
I was going to say, like, we have one right here in Denver.
Dear Lord.
Oh.
Aw,
yeah. So then
see,
we
we need to do something
drove.
special for you.
So then we drove to Delaware, went to this little beach place in Delaware. It was raining the entire time. We went to Washington, D.C. for the 4th of July, raining the whole time. Flew back from Washington, D.C. Dumb trip.
That is dumb.
Well, I'm really sorry. That sounds like a bummer.
I have almost died on vacation, but that was the worst trip.
Okay.
From one
there
of
you
your
go.
allergies?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
geez.
Was it watermelon?
Lord.
It was related. It's ragweed. So, like, the
Wasn't this like in
ragweed.
Thailand or something?
No, it was in Tampa Bay. Basically,
Oh, okay.
to me, that's Thailand.
I do.
Kind of another
Sorry.
country.
Yeah, ragweed.
Yeah, it was
it
just like
wasn't
the-
even a food. It was the ragweed was so bad.
The like
had to go home,
allergens in
right?
the season, I couldn't breathe.
I do.
Wow.
Dear Lord.
that's
I am going to
scary.
make you my special Driller shots,
It's all good.
which is a little bit of Benadryl and Jello.
I'm
And
33.
they're awesome.
I've made it.
Side note: I'm retracting my invitation for Shorty to be on the podcast because he's pissed me off. And next
What?
question:
Don't
What
edit
did
him
you do?
he's picking on me.
Out. All right, question
Stop
3.
picking on her.
Okay.
Oh, I know why
Smart-
she's upset.
Smart's
She
just
didn't
gonna
get the
do
brother
question
joke.
3
Oh, yeah.
after us.
all right.
So, do you have a role model? Have you had a role model? Has this changed?
I'm
Like,
right here. Thank you.
that's why. Is this why Shorty's here? Okay.
I guess role models are different to everyone, right? So
Right. Well,
I have
it's whoever. It
several.
could be like someone famous. It could be your
So like
father,
my
your grandfather.
father is an entrepreneur. Like he started his own business. He sold it and made a huge profit. Was able to retire at a young age. Like
Nice.
ideal lifestyle, right? There.
Yeah.
Right,
John,
right.
John did it right.
He did.
So he's
Nice.
he's a life
Okay.
icon for me for sure.
I love that.
People I look up to like professionally. The person who hired me at Arrowhead, Ryan Rocha, shout out Golf Tech. He gave me the opportunity. He gave me the opportunity to be promoted. He made me a head golf professional.
Aw.
He is most of the reason why I am professionally where I'm at.
It sounds like karma.
And still like
The karma you put out came back around.
one of my
Yeah.
best friends as well. So I'm a little upset I don't get to see him tomorrow actually because we were supposed to
Aw.
golf.
Yeah.
Oh well,
Sad day.
but you'll
That's a
get
cool
through
role
it.
model, though. Sounds like he set you
Yeah,
up for success.
We're having one
then-
of those April Colorado snowy weekends.
snowstorms.
And then yeah, like Cristiano Ronaldo,
that's a
David
good one.
Beckham.
Okay. So has that
Okay.
changed?
Does it change? Or
Like today, like would you still say your dad is your role model?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's been retired now since I've been working in golf.
and I
so
say, and he's already shown you something because he followed something he believed in, and then he got out, and now he's living his best life.
he also
Yeah.
got me into golf, so it
Nice,
full circle
nice.
worked out.
Good.
Okay, Spenny. Who was your favorite childhood pet?
My first dog that was mine her name was Carrera. Golden retriever. She was just this beautiful golden retriever. She was a thick girl, but just laid into you every time you pet her. Just put her entire body weight onto your legs, and she was just
Kind of like a Nelson, yeah.
Got her when I was 10.
Oh,
She was
great.
adorable.
Great.
Carrera. I love
That's
that
a good
Yeah,
one.
we love talking about our pets here.
We really do.
Shout out
Past
thick girls.
and present.
I know.
Shout out Bonnie McFurry. She's lost 10 pounds.
Good job, Bonnie. That's a
Get it,
lot
girl.
for a dog.
That is a lot. She's looking.
Wow.
She's looking good.
Is she having some
Good.
issues?
No, she was just thick.
All right, Spenny. Last question, 5 on the line. What was the last song that you listened to? No judgment, no shame. If it was Taylor Swift's new album, we would
It wasn't.
also agree.
We would judge you.
Damn.
We would
So
not.
We would judge you on that. Okay.
I
We didn't know we had
I-
a Swiftie in our
I have a
Oh, I do.
interesting thing. So when I drive, I listen to talk radio. I listen to sports talk radio mostly
Oh.
when I drive. It's the weekend, so I can't. So I was listening to music on my way into work. So after work, I do a decompression thing where I don't listen to music typically on my
Oh.
drive,
It's kind of nice.
where I can just like, I have like a 35-minute drive home from work. So I just think about how I can put away everything from work to come
Right.
home and not have to think.
Reset.
So
Right.
Nice.
on my way over here, I did not listen to music, but my last song listened to was
Oh, yeah. Do tell. Do tell. The beauty
Drake.
of Spotify.
Too Much.
Drizzy.
What?
Too much.
That's surprising. I
Drizzy.
wasn't
Nice.
expecting you to say that. All right.
Oh, and I got
not a
hyped
bad
going
pick.
into work too. I was having a great day.
Yeah,
I
he was
bet.
ready.
There it is.
There you go.
All right. Well, Spenny, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank
And
It was such
Lawai.
a pleasure to have you.
Lawai.
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 Lawai, Zaichen,
That's what we should have had. That's what.
So it's see you later, alien.
Shishini, Zaichen.
Okay.
Thanks, Betty. And we're out.
And we out.
Hey, before we wrap up this spin cycle, Haas and I would like to give a quick shout out to those listeners who may be famous. We really do adore you, and even though you do not qualify as an NTRG, not the real guest, we would always love to hear from you. This is Smarge and Haas, keeping it sorted, keeping it real, from the family laundry room. Be safe, stay even, and remember, when in doubt, go half.
Thank you for listening to Dirty Laundry Clean Confessions. Follow us on Instagram at Dirty Laundry Clean Confessions. And if you would like to be the next Not the Real Guest, please email us at dirtylaundrycleanconfessions@gmail.com. We would love to air out the dirty laundry with you. A DLCC disclaimer. In this live pre-recorded episode of DLCC, Not the Real Names, NTRN, have been used to protect the guilty and a few of the innocent.